particularly want to talk about applying some of these messages on transparency and accountability to ourselves as donors. Just very briefly, something that I think often gets missed in this discussion is that fun and entertainment is the first point of entry for many technology users. Nobody gets their first mobile phone because they want to look at budget information. You just don't. These computers are how my husband and myself got into technology. For him, it was an Acorn Electron. For me, it was a BBC-B computer. And no matter what our parents might have intended, we played games on them. And I was bugging my parents to get a home dial-up modem so that I could look at IRC, and they didn't know what that was, and don't worry if you don't. Omidyar Kolo, head of Google Africa, spoke at a conference here some months back and said, let's not patronize the rest of the world and say that you need ICT for development. People will access these tools for the same reasons that we do, and let's not forget that. A little bit about Indigo. We are a small donor. We aim to tackle information inequality across Africa. We do focus on projects that improve democratic transparency or build better governance. And we believe that the ability to create, share, and access information empowers people to make change in their own lives. But these projects only work if they change behaviors offline. So I would encourage any donor in this area to be demand-led. Don't just think that the website is going to solve the problem. Think about how it will change the world beyond that. And as a practitioner, never pretend to a donor that the website is going to solve the problem completely. Be very honest about that. In your pack today, hopefully you received a paper that we've just funded on philanthropy and social media. It's a slightly different topic from today, but what we wanted to do was encourage people to think about how these tools can be used in your own work as a donor. It can be scary when you're first getting into it, particularly if you don't have technical advisors in your organization, but there are easy steps that you can take, and I'm going to talk about just a few of them. We want to be transparent because we think we have to live our own values. So a very simple thing we do is we publish all the grants that we make on our blog. We put up a little paragraph that says how much, to what organization, to do what. That's not complete transparency, but it's a start. And I'd encourage donors to think about whether that could be relevant in your own funding. Transparency can be very scary when you apply it to yourself. And so why should we do it? Well, apart from the fact that it's the right thing to do, I find that it actually makes our life easier and it makes us better funders. We were worried that we might get thousands of crazy applications when we first sort of went live online. Actually, we get better, more relevant applications because we're clear online about what we do and don't fund. And people can get in touch and just say, would you be interested in this? And we can say yes or no. We use social media like Twitter to talk about our work. There's a lot of conversation on Twitter during this conference today. And it's a great way to find projects happening around the world. We've already had one approach from an innovative project in Liberia who tweeted us to ask if we'd be interested in their work. We might not have come across them for years otherwise. And I know that actually every speaker on this panel uses Twitter in some way to talk about their work. We can also use these platforms to create a different relationship with our grantees. The Indigo Trust has been honoured to support the Co-Creation Hub in Nigeria, and I think Bosun is here from that organisation. They're doing great work, and I encourage you to look them up. We follow them on Facebook, and so we see their updates as soon as they make them. They posted photos about Steve Hilton, David Cameron's head of strategy, visiting the hub, and we saw it long before any annual report would have come out. I'm not saying that replaces due diligence, evaluation, checking in with your grantees, but you have a very different relationship. I'm thrilled that so many of our grantees are here today talking about the amazing work that they do. I'd just like to mention some new grants that we're announcing today. As you'll see, they're across Africa, they're across the world. The last of them is to the Wikimedia Foundation, and I'm thrilled that Jimmy Wales is joining us this evening to talk about their work and about how they're changing their platform to work in developing countries. What I hope will come from today is the start of a conversation around all these issues, and if anyone wants just advice on how to get going in this field as a donor, come and talk to us anytime.